and still can crack, and still as fast as lightning.
Yeah, the power that he possesses, but it's not a thumping power. It's that explosive speed, that explosive power, the footwork he gets in position.
He's such an unusual guy. You know what's crazy about him is his calves.
Yeah,
When you look
massive.
at that, they're giant. Yeah. They're like a thigh.
And I know the reason why, because in General Santos, the mountains that he runs and that steep hill, that's why they're so big, because he's always constantly running the mountains.
That's wild.
Hey, look up this young fighter called the Monster. You ever hear Monster?
No.
Japanese fighter called Monster. This is a monster.
Crazy dude.
Yeah, let's check him out, man. Ikuki, what's his name?
This guy, Naoya.
Yeah, let's look at some of his fights. He's a mean fella.
Where's he fight?
Joe Rogan has explained why fighters are terrified of Naoya Inoue. Rogan, an avid combat sports enthusiast, has long been vocal about his admiration for elite athletes across various disciplines. His latest remarks show why many fighters are apprehensive about stepping into the ring with Inoue, a fighter who has been rewriting the rules of dominance in boxing. Naoya Inoue's career trajectory is nothing short of extraordinary. With a professional record of 28 wins, 0 losses, and 25 knockouts, as of December 2024, Inoue has become a household name in the world of combat sports, holding world titles across multiple weight classes, including light flyweight, super flyweight, and bantamweight. Inoue is known for his unparalleled speed, pinpoint accuracy, and devastating knockout power. Joe Rogan described Inoue as a once-in-a-generation talent, emphasizing the fighter's ability to blend technical mastery with raw athleticism. Rogan's take is grounded in a deep understanding of combat sports, as he himself holds black belts in both Taekwondo and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Rogan broke down the reasons why Naoya Inoue instills fear in his opponents. He explained that it's the power. Naoya is fighting in lighter weight classes, and you don't typically see guys with that kind of one-punch knockout ability. Fighters at Inoue's weight class often rely on volume punching to outpoint their opponents. However, Inoue's ability to end fights with a single, well-timed punch is a rare and terrifying prospect. Moreover, Rogan praised Inoue's extraordinary precision. He doesn't waste any energy. Every punch is calculated. It's like he has a sixth sense for knowing when to strike. This combination of precision and timing allows Inoue to dismantle his opponents systematically, often making it look effortless. Inoue's ability to adapt mid-fight is another aspect Rogan highlighted. He said that Naoya is like a chess grandmaster in the ring. You might have a good round against him, but he downloads your entire game plan and counters it perfectly in the next. Despite his offensive prowess, Inoue is also incredibly tough. Rogan pointed to Inoue's 2019 fight against Nonito Donaire, where he suffered a fractured orbital bone, but still managed to secure a unanimous decision victory. That fight proved he's not just a knockout artist, he's got heart and grit to go with it. Rogan also delved into the psychological aspects of fighting someone like Inoue. When you know you're going up against a guy who can knock you out with either hand and barely takes any damage himself, it messes with your head. Many fighters are rumored to have avoided bouts with Inoue due to his reputation. Rogan likened it to the fearsome aura once possessed by Mike Tyson during his prime. Fighters would lose to Tyson before they even stepped in the ring. Rogan thinks Inoue has a similar effect in his weight class. Rogan compared Inoue to boxing legends such as Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. While Mayweather was known for his defensive genius and Pacquiao for his relentless aggression, Inoue blends elements of both styles. He's got the technical brilliance of Mayweather, but with the ferocity of Pacquiao. That's a scary combination. Naoya Inoue could very well be the most lethal force in combat sports today. Yet, his sheer dominance seems to evade mainstream recognition all too frequently and with surprising ease. He seldom leaves the confines of his Japanese stronghold, just 4 times to be precise. Within those walls, he is revered as a deity, drawing ambitious warriors from distant lands who dare to test their mettle, only to meet a brutal end at the hands of boxing's living monster. Mike Tyson once hailed him as the finest boxer on the planet, even claiming in 2021 that his talent eclipsed that of the legendary Manny Pacquiao.
He's a Japanese, 118 pounds, but wow, he was like 108.
Boxing?
He's a mean son of a bitch. Oh yeah, you gotta see this bad motherfucker. He don't look like much. He's better than Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was blue like that.
Rarely seen beyond the confines of his homeland and hindered by obvious language barriers, his profile hasn't been thrust into the same glaring spotlight as his pound-for-pound peers. Yet, this in no way diminishes the awe he inspires. Beneath the unassuming demeanor and youthful, innocent looks lies a ruthless predator. His slender build is deceptive, masking a devastating knockout power so overwhelming that no opponent can endure it. Few people pose a conundrum like him. Run from him to where? Trade with him at your own risk. Top-rank CEO Bob Arum told Sky Sports, "Inoue is one of my favorite fighters. Number one, he's such a lovely young man. Really nice with a great personality, and I can tell that even though I can't speak Japanese and he can't speak English. I've never seen anything like it the way he fights. A little guy like Inoue, with massive knockout power, he's really something to see." Inoue holds the number 2 position on BoxRec's pound-for-pound rankings, trailing only Terence Crawford. However, there's a compelling argument that he deserves the top spot. At 31, he has etched his name in the history books as only the second man after Terence Crawford to achieve undisputed champion status in 2 weight divisions during the 4-belt era. His reign over the super bantamweight division was solidified with a commanding 10th round knockout of Marlon Tapales. Along the way, he has climbed the ranks from light flyweight, claiming world titles across 4 different weight classes. Inoue made a bold statement about his career ambitions when he turned professional with Ohashi Gym in 2012. Partnering with Hideyuki Ohashi, he committed to a no-compromise approach, vowing to never take the easy road. This philosophy quickly bore fruit. Just 6 fights into his career, he delivered a stunning 6th-round knockout of 2-division champion Adrian Hernandez to claim the WBC light flyweight title. 2 fights later, in December 2014, he delivered a stunning knockout against Omar Narvaez, claiming the WBO junior bantamweight title as his 2nd world championship. Over the following 2 years, he cemented his dominance with 7 consecutive title defenses. In May 2018, he secured the WBA bantamweight title with a first-round stoppage of Jamie McDonnell. Then, in November 2019, he triumphed over Nonito Donaire by unanimous decision, claiming both the WBA bantamweight title and the World Boxing Super Series bantamweight championship. In 2020, Jason Maloney became the next victim of Inoue's relentless onslaught, succumbing to a devastating 7th-round knockout. Maloney was completely outclassed by the sheer speed, power, and pinpoint precision of Inoue. Nonito Donaire, determined to avenge his earlier loss, faced off against the Japanese sensation in a rematch. However, in just the 2nd round, Inoue once again proved unstoppable, claiming the WBC bantamweight title in a stunning display of dominance. In July 2023, Stephen Fulton was considered Inoue's biggest challenge to date, but he was decisively overwhelmed in the 8th round, as the monster claimed the WBC and WBO super bantamweight titles. In a similarly courageous but ultimately futile effort, he endured 2 more rounds before finally succumbing to the relentless onslaught that had been unleashed upon him from the start. Fulton and Tapales are 2 of the most skilled fighters in their divisions, yet neither was able to pose a significant challenge to Inoue. He's on another level, and the world recognizes that, right? Or maybe it doesn't. He operates in a blur, seamlessly shifting his feet and executing deceptive feints at a pace so swift and elusive that they become unreadable. His precision with distance is impeccable, and even on the rare occasion it falters, his quick thinking ensures opponents can't capitalize on even the slightest hint of vulnerability. His combinations are smooth, dynamic, and deliver knockout power in equal doses. A fiery, aggressive attack pairs seamlessly with sharp, perfectly executed counters. The graceful exchanges, the subtle feints of his fists, and the playful right-hand misdirections all blend with a satisfying aggression when the battle shifts to close quarters. It's not that he hasn't taken a hit, it's simply that he absorbs each one effortlessly, while landing a punishing strike in response every time. Here is how Mike Tyson reacted to Inoue's fighting skills.
He looks like a f***ing pop star.
Oh, wait till he get on these motherfuckers.
The most efficient hunting machine in all
Look at
of
him.
boxing.
He's vicious. The monster.
Oof.
That's a badass guy he beat too. Broke him down. Ooh.
118?
Yeah, him
Who the
18
hell
pounds.
fights in that fucking division?
Bantamweights.
Yeah, but who?
Some bad motherfuckers. Yeah, some killers. Ooh, break him. Ooh, the monster. He beat him so easy.
Inoue has evolved into a force of destiny, wielding one of boxing's most formidable arsenals, which only intensifies in power and menace as both his fights and career progress. The 5 feet 5 inches Japanese powerhouse has evolved into one of the sport's most captivating figures. consistently delivering moments of brilliance to his home crowd, while the rest of the world eagerly awaits his more frequent appearances on their stages. Yet, this is his domain, and he will journey across the globe on his own terms. The 31-year-old from Zama, Kanagawa, is a world champion across 4 weight classes and currently holds the unified super bantamweight titles. Inoue dominated the division from 2019 to January 2023. He held the WBA, IBF, and Ring Magazine lineal titles during that period, while also capturing the WBC and UBO belts between 2022 and early 2023. Known as the Monster for his devastating knockout power and unyielding attack on his opponents' bodies, he has earned his reputation as a force to be reckoned with. He boasts an undefeated record. Widely regarded as one of the sport's finest pound-for-pound fighters, he holds the distinction of being the only Japanese boxer ever to be ranked #1 pound-for-pound by the esteemed The Ring magazine. In addition to his triumph over Fulton, Inoue has secured impressive victories against a roster of top-tier fighters, including Omar Andres Narvaez, Nonito Donaire, Jason Maloney, Michael Dasmariñas, and Paul Butler, to name just a few. With the constant danger of his knockout power looming in every bout, he is widely regarded as one of the most avoided competitors in the sport today. Let's delve into Inoue's explosive and relentless boxing style, uncovering the key elements that elevate him to greatness. We explore his most potent weapons inside the ring and highlight the distinct qualities that set him apart from other fighters. Let's deconstruct the fighting technique of Japanese superstar Naoya Inoue today and list his most lethal weapons. In amateur boxing, body shots don't earn as many points, so they often take a backseat in fight strategies. The emphasis is typically placed on targeting the head, particularly in Olympic competitions. Consequently, body punching has largely faded from practice, becoming a neglected skill. However, body punching is a powerful technique to deal a lot of harm to an opponent that accumulates over the course of a genuine fight. Inoue spends significant time in his training camps focused solely on perfecting his body punches, honing a series of combinations designed to break down his opponents. Indeed, he stands out as one of the rare fighters today who consistently relies on body shots to secure victory. Inoue's preferred body punches are the sharp left uppercut to the solar plexus and the devastating hook to the liver. He delivers them relentlessly, digging into his opponents time and again until they collapse to the canvas, writhing in agony. Inoue's offensive prowess stems from his ability to turn both his left and right hands into formidable weapons. His left hook hits with the same force as his right. His left uppercut is as devastating as his right, and every strike he delivers possesses the raw power to end a fight with a knockout. As a result, Inoue possesses the skill to unleash any tool in his arsenal at will, often blending them in unexpected ways that leave opponents struggling to anticipate his moves. He can effortlessly deliver an uppercut down the center, then follow up with a hook from the same hand in a smooth, fluid motion. It's often said that the hardest punches to counter are the ones an opponent never sees coming. Inoue's unconventional combinations keep his opponents guessing, making him a formidable force in close quarters and a major factor behind his dominance in the ring. Inoue's most fearsome tool, though, may be his right straight, a strike delivered with flawless accuracy, lightning-fast speed, and a ruthless edge. When his right hand lands, it has the power to incapacitate his opponents in an instant, leaving them disoriented and reeling. Fans are drawn to Inoue's style because of his relentless, all-out approach. He's never dull, constantly pressing forward with intensity in the ring. While he's certainly capable of adapting, fighting on the back foot or slipping into defensive maneuvers, his defining trait is the suffocating pressure he applies, always keeping his opponents on edge. Inoue steps into the ring with unwavering confidence, unafraid to stand toe-to-toe with his opponents. He's ready to absorb punches if it means he can deliver his devastating power in return. A relentless volume puncher, he unleashes a barrage of haymakers from the opening bell to the final seconds. His unyielding attack doesn't just outpace his opponents, it breaks through any defense, leaving them overwhelmed by the constant barrage. Most of Inoue's adversaries have struggled to withstand his unyielding pressure. A significant number falter early, succumbing both physically and mentally, unready for the intense onslaught he delivers. Yet, none of it holds weight without one crucial and exceptional quality that defines Inoue. The sheer force hidden in his fists is not to be taken lightly. His ability to deliver devastating knockouts is both the beginning and the end of his fighting approach. While many punchers favor Cleto Reyes, or Everlast MX gloves, known for their traditional horsehair padding designed to enhance punching power, Inoue chooses to wear Winning Gloves, a Japanese brand that relies on synthetic materials instead. Within the boxing community, Winning Gloves are commonly dubbed pillows, due to their ability to cushion the force of punches, prioritizing hand protection over delivering power. These gloves are mainly designed for training sessions. Even with Winning's added padding, Inoue possesses the rare ability to punch straight through it and deliver knockouts, something almost unheard of for a power puncher. His strength effortlessly bypasses the gloves, transferring directly to his opponent with full force. Although knockout power can be developed and refined through training, it's evident that Inoue possesses a rare gift from the boxing gods, an innate, unstoppable knockout ability that can't be learned. At this stage, Inoue seems invincible. His flawless record speaks volumes about his dominance in the ring, with no losses to his name. However, like any fighter, he's not immune to defeat, and there's one clear vulnerability that could be his downfall. Inoue's most significant vulnerability is his humanity. While he boasts an iron chin capable of absorbing punishing blows, it was in his November 2019 bout against the multi-division champion and future Hall of Famer, Nonito, the Filipino Flash Donaire, that Inoue revealed a crack in his otherwise impenetrable defense. In a thrilling 11th round, Donaire rocked Inoue with his signature counter left hook. Though clearly shaken, Inoue bravely retaliated, pushing forward in a desperate effort, only to come close to being stopped in the closing moments of an electrifying non-stop battle. Donaire undoubtedly held his own against Inoue and gave the blueprint for defeating him, even if he lost to the Japanese monster by unanimous decision. Inoue is undoubtedly already among Japan's and Asia's greatest of all time. He does a lot of things really well when it comes to fighting. He excels at the fundamental, blending them seamlessly to create a well-rounded fighter, perhaps better than anyone else in boxing today. He's never stationary, always moving with a subtle spring in his step, yet when he anchors himself for a split second, his strength surges with intense force. Inoue seldom loses his balance or misses his feet. Instead, he rotates his body and legs through the shots, maintaining balance with his heels subtly lifted. This allows him to unleash his combinations swiftly, then immediately step back, pivot, and shift to the side, ensuring he avoids being caught off guard by any counters during exchanges. The majority of the time, he is not present to get smacked in the pocket. When he boxes with smooth precision, the jab becomes a key tool to launch attacks aimed at both the head and body. It's a versatile weapon in his arsenal, delivered with sharp speed or a solid thudding force, effectively maintaining distance or unsettling his opponent. Several boxing experts have expressed the belief that Inoue must now take his talents to the United States, rather than settling for being a dominant figure in Japan alone. Inoue has only fought 3 times in the US, and despite his partnership with Top Rank, his rare appearances in the country have limited his chances to expand his already impressive profile. But what would drive the revered Inoue to take his globally trending show on the road, attempting to follow in the footsteps of Filipino legend Manny Pacquiao? Inoue's opponents are begging for an invitation because the purses are so generous, as Inoue's promoter Bob Arum recently put it so well. Inoue told Boxing Scene through a translator during a video conference call, "Of course, if I fight in the United States, I would get more recognition and I could become one of the faces in boxing. As I continue fighting, we'll see how it goes. It depends on the condition. Right now, for the lower weight classes, Japan is a big stage for us. If there was a condition in the United States that allowed me to be evaluated better, that would be a consideration." Inoue's remarkable performances have propelled him to the pinnacle of the pound-for-pound rankings, with many now debating whether he or Terence Crawford holds the title of the world's best fighter. There are quite a few wins I would consider the best of my career, but if I had to choose one, it would be Fulton, said Inoue. When asked if he considers himself the best boxer in the world, the usually reserved and composed Inoue pauses to reflect on the question through his translator. He then turns to the camera, his face brightening with a grin as he nods vigorously and confidently replies, "Yes," in clear English. There's no denying it, even though the sport of boxing is currently defined by global icons like Canelo Alvarez. In boxing, the kingdom has emerged as a formidable contender to Las Vegas promoters, driven by Sheikh Turki Al Sheikh's ambition to host world-class competitions during the Riyadh season at the Kingdom Arena. A recent addition to his sporting empire is Japanese boxing sensation Naoya Inoue, widely regarded as the top pound-for-pound fighter in the world. While he traditionally competes exclusively in Japan, his new contract could see him traveling abroad for bouts in Riyadh, with potential opportunities in London or Las Vegas on the horizon. A report from Yahoo Japan reveals that Inoue was enticed by His Excellency Turki Alalshik, leading him to sign a lucrative $19.7 million deal to headline major events. This contract is expected to last through 2025. Although Inoue is one of boxing's top stars, he has largely flown under the radar. However, with Turki Alalshik now taking the reins as his promoter, the potential for more high-profile matchups is rising, particularly in Riyadh. As part of a broader effort to boost both the city and Saudi Arabia's global standing in sports, Riyadh is positioning itself to become a major hub, with ambitions to rival the United States and Las Vegas in the world of boxing. Thanks to the efforts of Sheikh Turki Alalshik, Saudi Arabia is one of the locations for major boxing matches. The Kingdom Arena in Riyadh hosts events that are visually appealing.
Inoue is not only pound for pound the best in the world, Inoue is the best fighter I've ever seen. Ever seen, no matter what weight category or anything. I have never, ever, in the almost 60 years I've been in boxing, seen anything like Inoue.
A clash slated to take place on Christmas Eve. Goodman had what he called a freak accident and required 4 sutures. On Saturday night, his management announced that the fight would now be held on January 24th. Goodman expressed his worry that he had lost his opportunity to go on Inoue in the ring before the rescheduled fight was confirmed. The 26-year-old said, "I don't want my opportunity to go anywhere. I want to fight this guy." According to Goodman, he had dedicated the last 15 years of his life to gaining a chance to compete for a world championship. He has won 8 knockouts in his 19 professional contests. The 31-year-old Inoue is the current WBC, WBO, WBA, and IBF Super Bantamweight champion. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos.